Have you seen the utility sled?
It's pretty cool. You're gonna want one of these things. It's small, it's quick, it's nimble. You can take it from your table saw, adjust the miter bar on the sled to that slot and use it for the table saw. If I want, I can move it over to my router table and do the same thing. So it's small, it's nimble, it's quick. I think you're gonna really enjoy creating one for yourself.
So let's get started.
All right, continuing on, we're going to go ahead and finish up the base.
We're going to measure and mark the layout so we can attach the handle to that base.
And again, not sponsored, but love them Jessam tools, man. Them layout tools, those rulers, everything about them. They've got this anti-skid or slip technology, whatever they call it. But you just press down on it and it keeps the ruler in place once you set it down. Yeah,
it does.
They're kind of spoiled on that.
We set up that router with a straight edge and use the Rockler router bit center gauge to position the material correctly.
Yeah, got that set up, and that's like a quick way to do it. It gives you more and more confidence of your settings. So then we used that router table crosscut jig. Right?
Yeah, right. Yeah,
yeah.
With the push block.
Yeah.
And we use it all together so it's stable and doesn't rock when you push it through. So
Yeah, it just gives you a little bit better control, and as you're pushing down and you're pushing forward and so forth. So yeah, it's really good. Got the relief grooves cut just like we did for the 360 sled, and again we made a video on that. You guys are interested in it. We also did the dovetail, same kind of thing. Lots of dust, man. This is MDF.
Yeah.
That's the stuff we're using right now.
And then we measured out 2 inches on each corner of that sled with the little Jessam 6-inch ruler. So we can cut off those square tips using the 360 sled.
Right, yeah, again, not sponsored. But anyways, we love these this MicroJig thing. It's kind of working out, and I'm looking forward to using this sled once we get this one done. Preparing and attaching upright. That's steps 8 through 12 if you're following in the instructions.
It is. So we're going to make a rabbet in the bottom part of the upright, about blade width, so about 1/8 of an inch deep. And
yeah, and then I decided, hey, I'm just gonna set that blade height about a little bit less than the thickness of the actual base, just so that the upright wouldn't drag on the saw.
On the table saw, yeah. When we did that little rabbet, there was a little blade mark, a little defect. So we broke out our sanding sticks.
Yeah, we think that defect was because if you notice in the video, when I attached that push block, it's kind of, I didn't do it correctly, so it kind of lifted the base up.
I
was going to use it for height.
It hopped, yeah.
But anyways, nothing better than having some magic sticks in the shop.
Yeah.
That's what we call them, right?
Our sanding sticks, yeah.
We have different grits. We just use some glue and tape them on there, or not tape them, but glue them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then next up, we had to mark the holes for the upright slots. This is where we're going to actually attach the fence to. But first, we got to drill some holes
with a 1/4 inch drill bit.
Yep. And then Nana went ahead and marked out the slots. We fired up the old bandsaw.
Set my platform right next to it so I could.
Yeah, made a video on it. If you guys are interested in the platform, it's really awesome.
But we cut those slots and then the little corners off of it, so it makes it easier to slide the fence onto that upright.
After we got all that done, then we had to glue the base to the upright. And to do that, we used these new X pads for MicroJig clamps. Preparing the movable fence. If you're following instructions, we're on steps 13 and 14.
Yes, here we're going to cut a 3-inch by 12-inch fence
And you see me using my new, well, they're kind of new, Jessom stock guides. These things are fantastic, great for allowing you just to focus on pushing the wood through the blade.
Yeah.
Because it actually holds it down, pulls it towards the fence, so you don't have to focus on that. A lot more safer.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, in this cut, we use our 360 sled that we just built.
Yep. Made a video on that if you guys are interested. Great sled. This thing is turning out to be really valuable for us in the shop.
Our router table then is used to make the relief cuts or the relief grooves.
Yep. We're becoming masters of dovetail tracks now, right?
Yeah.
Doing the relief cuts, doing the grooves and doing the tracks and everything. Also shown, it just not planned, but it happened. We needed to use that precision blower. We again made a video on that, right? And how useful that is in the shop. But yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, it just blew away all the dust so it doesn't
Quickly.
collect.
Yep, and then we just easily moved on to finishing up the cut. Final assembly, steps 15 through 18 in the instruction book.
Yes. Next, we break out that sander and we basically are just getting off the pencil marks, not necessarily smoothing it because MDF is pretty smooth. But then we take a sanding block and we get all the edges of the
Round it
base
over a little bit.
and the fence there.
And then we go to install the miter bar. One thing we learned from the 360 sled is that we really don't have to put the sled on the table saw with the nickels and all that. You just install the miter bar to the base.
Yes, except for don't forget the washers.
Oh yes,
Which you can
really
see.
important. Yeah, don't forget that. But we did, go back and put the washers back in. Then we went to attach the fence to the upright using the match fit hardware.
And then the yellow handle. We added that on, slid that right in the dovetail slots there, or dovetail tracks.
Yep. And then we took the sled, moved it to the table saw, and adjusted the miter bar to the table saw's miter gauge slot. Really, it doesn't take a lot of force here. So when you're doing this, you'll find out that it doesn't take much. It just, a little bit of a slide to fill in the gap.
And then we squared the base to the table saw fence. And then we check the square from the table saw fence to the base, or to the sled fence.
Right.
Which
Made sure it
ended
was
up great.
all set up in there. And then we did some test cuts, and then looking forward to using this for future projects.